Finished my last bite just in time.
That song's a banger.
So we'll just get it out of the way. Who's Larry the Cucumber?
Very famous vegetable from the program Veggie Tales. I can't believe you don't know that.
I didn't know his name was Larry. I've seen VeggieTales. Cool. We talked about Larry the Cucumber. Title, not clickbait.
Yeah, no. It's not like I just couldn't think of a third L, and Nick likes alliteration. I almost wrote alliteration, but put the A in parentheses. But I didn't do it.
That would have upset me.
I thought that would have upset you, so I didn't do it. Hey, as Nick says,
didn't like The Last of Us season 2 just happened?
Yeah, it the premiere just aired last night.
Last night? The
Yeah.
Last of Us premiered?
Yeah. It was very good.
Last night?
Which was very good. The first episode.
Last of Us?
Oh, so you're saying I could have done that for the...
Yeah, but that's okay. We talked about a cartoon vegetable that is beloved by people who cheat at trivia.
Whoa! Are you drinking milk? Are you like Jack?
Protein shake.
Okay,
no.
Fair.
Well, I used to drink a lot of milk. That's why I'm very tall.
That's why. It's all the milk.
100%.
So I'm very short because I grew up drinking chocolate milk.
Why are you listening now, Nizam?
What did he say? Live? What will I hear on tomorrow's community? Oh, that's fair. We have other things on the channel. Did you watch Kirk Kolakowski versus Amaru Moses? Because it happened. 2, yeah. It happened, and you could watch it or listen to it on your commute. It's like an hour and a half long. It's very long, but it's very good. Yeah, we had a thing. We did a title match week. First title match week here at TBNT. Think it went well. We'll get into that. But there's so much more to talk about. Oh, Alex thinks that Larry is the GOAT.
Okay.
Super Larry? Really? None of it is like...
I've seen VeggieTales. I just don't remember any of their names. There's a tomato.
Bob the Tomato.
It's about Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus makes an appearance or two. Actually, I don't think they do. Who told me this? Someone told me this very recently, and I don't remember who. Was it Javi? Javi, was it you? You're saying Tim. So was it you, Javi, who told me this? Someone told me very recently that they never portrayed Jesus on VeggieTales because they didn't want him
like blasphemous or something.
They didn't want to portray Jesus as a vegetable. Just every other biblical character got the vegetable treatment.
I guess.
Larry Boy. Did I? Oh, that's what he meant. Did I say? I said Super Larry. It is Larry Boy. That's true. I fucked that up. That's my bad.
That would have been funny if Jesus appeared, but as a human, because they didn't want him to be a vegetable, and he was just like, "I can feed the masses with these vegetables."
They did a Jonah, a VeggieTales movie.
Yes, I've seen
it. Remember that? There's some other classics like Madame Blueberry. They did one about the walls of Jericho coming down, but it was all just like, I believe it was the Ninevites. Is it the Ninevites that throw slushies over the wall at the Jews? It's good stuff. Good stuff, VeggieTales.
Yeah.
Though they weren't Jews in that one, they were vegetables, Jewish vegetables, but good times. Good times. So what was your childhood entertainment?
VeggieTales.
But you just didn't know. Yeah, silly songs with Larry. Like,
what's her name? I watched a lot of Rocket Power.
Rocket Power does seem like a Nick.
Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity.
So you were a Nickelodeon child over Disney, Cartoon Network?
What's my name? Slim Shady. Yeah. Nickelodeon was
literally nothing more in life than to be on that one game, like kid game show where they slimed people.
Oh, 100%. So I remember this when it had to be like 7th or 8th grade where I thought I had like grown up past all the Nickelodeon shows. And I went to I went on this like vacation with my friend at the time. They rented like a cabin, like in upstate New York, I think. And we went downstairs. It was like this big cabin that like a family friend knew or something like that, and they let me come. They had a big game room downstairs with a TV, and we found a channel that just played old Nickelodeon like game shows. Not even the shows, like Guts, Double Trouble. Is that what
So,
it's
I don't know. I don't know that one. I remember Guts. That
Guts?
was a little bit before our
Yeah, a bit.
time. Like,
And a couple other stuff, and that's all we did the whole weekend was we just watched those old game shows. Legends of the Hidden Temple was on there, stuff like that. But
Double
yeah,
Dare.
doing well. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Double Dare is what Matt is saying. Is that
right? That was it. Yep.
Figure
it out.
Yeah,
that was another one.
I enjoyed the Amanda Show.
Yep.
All that. Drake and Josh. Those were like, I thought those were the shows that I was like, these are the grown-up shows on Nickelodeon. Like these aren't the but I mean,
you know what's fun is a Drake and Josh rewatch as an adult's a pretty fun time.
Never done it.
It's a good time. Recommend.
I did enjoy Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, obviously. Kenan and Kel. I forgot about Kenan and Kel. That's true.
Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Kenan and Kel, though, they did that Halloween movie where they fought the Headless Horseman.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking? Like it was like 2 heads are better than none or something like that.
Yeah, I remember being freaked out about it.
And it really freaked me out as a kid.
I don't even remember. I remember nothing about the movie. I just remember, like what you just said, just triggered a memory of me being terrified.
That movie is nuts, says Matt. Okay, so we're on the right page.
Yeah.
You want to know something? I've never seen Good Burger.
I have, but I remember nothing about it. So I pretend like I'm better than you.
Now we're jumping all around, but Javi's hitting on the head. I love my lips. It's a silly song with Larry, but like 2 or 3 Thanksgivings ago, I got shit faced and with my sister, and we just started singing I Love My Lips, and somehow I still knew every word to I Love My Lips. Granted, a lot of it is gibberish, but I will always remember meeting them at the Good Burger premiere. That's awesome. That's really cool.
That's sick.
That's a cool story.
That's way more impressive than a lot of people you could meet today, quite frankly.
Yeah.
If you told me, I'm going to a premiere and I'm going to meet, I don't want to name any specific, insert Hollywood billboard, superstar today, I'd be like, it's not as exciting as when Matt met Kenan and Kel.
Kenan Thompson still doing stuff.
I don't think he's that funny anymore.
Oh, I like him. What is Kel doing?
Maybe I'm just projecting SNL onto Kenan.
That's fair.
But every clip I've seen, I don't watch the SNL in general, but every SNL clip I see that features him is just not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Killer on SNL. I don't agree, but I also don't watch the show a whole lot, so
I don't either. We watch a lot of the clips, but they're usually the viral ones of people we already like. So the one there's 2 of them. I would say they're within the last year or 2 of Nate Bargatze doing the George Washington thing. Have you seen that?
No.
It's great. It's very good. They have 1 skit a year, which is funny. Washington's Dream. Yeah, that it's very funny. I'll show it to you after, Nick. It's I think you would like it. And Kenan is in that one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, no, good shit. I mean, I was like we said, there was some scary shit on television when we were young. I don't watch children's television anymore, but the little that I have to try to appease my daughter, it's not great. There's some good stuff, Bluey was phenomenal. But if I think about, you remember Courage the Cowardly Dog?
I do. Terrifying garbage, or not garbage, but terrifying shit. I did read it, not to get too but I did read a study that modern kids shows on the whole, Cocomelon, are not good for kids because there's too many like sequences in a row, and like the flashing light. Like I forget exactly what I read, but they said it's like modern kids shows are just meant to like distract but not actually help develop.
Sure.
So not that Courage the Cowardly Dog was developing anything, but like Blue's
Yeah.
Clues,
Yeah.
problem solving, Dora the Explorer, language, like
I loved Blue's Clues, man. Remember when Salt and Pepper had Paprika? That shit
yeah,
was
dude.
life changing. That was a seminal
Lot of
moment.
parents had some questions to answer after that one.
Yeah, what about how a salt and pepper shaker could get it on? But
More so what getting it on is, Tim, but
fair,
yeah.
fair. Phineas and Ferb, I never watched. It was a little past my time, but I know that kind of relevant. Maggie and Robert watched it. It was way more Robert's thing than Maggie's, but like I know that he really loved it. And we did this last week, so I think it's only fair we do it again. Is it Chet?
Yeah, we'll talk about that, and then we'll get into the rundown of like why probably a lot of you are here. But Phineas and Ferb, I'll say, was like the point of my departure. I really did like Phineas and Ferb, but I kind of stopped watching kids shows before its run completed.
Also, I hear Phineas and Ferb. Was that Cartoon Network or was that Disney?
Disney. That was Disney.
What was the one, the Home of Imaginary Friends? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I did not like that show. It was weird.
That was a weird one. There was like a cheese.
Hey Arnold is the GOAT. I will give you that, Rube.
Hey Arnold is very good. That age of Nickelodeon, like Hey Arnold,
was like,
Cat Dog, Rugrats.
In high school, I learned how to play the song, the intro song to Hey Arnold on sax because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
So anyway,
is it Chet? Yeah, 100%. And
all of it.
Yeah. Because here's the thing with like cheating in general. Obviously, I have a philosophy on it, but threshold's pretty high, quite honestly, for me. Like I think, not to like take credit, but I was the first one who voted no for Richie, which you saw like me
We talked about it
last week. But because threshold's high, like you got to prove to me beyond a reasonable doubt, as legalese would say, that they are cheating, and all of them, yeah. Definitely Schmodown.
That one was terrible. So we made it a family event. Maggie and I sat cuddled on the couch, watched the episode of Is It
Chet?
Yeah, it was great. She was very excited. And yeah, during the Schmodown one, she was like, "Oh my god."
It's just, and I don't want to make fun of her personally because I don't know her, so like her mannerisms in that, like let them be what they are, but just you can tell the quick deflection to like pool guy, but like reading the message that was sent to her. I don't agree with Nazaria's assessment of like, well, obviously the person sending her messages sent both answers because like maybe that's what happened. It's maybe more likely that like she had an idea in her head and then they sent another one, Stephen Hugh, like, you know what I mean? But yeah. That moment just kind of proved to me that they were picking who they wanted to win. And actually, that's not even fair enough because it could have been like a manager backstage. I don't know how they had him set up, but that one was rough.
Matt, there's a beautiful, beautiful program over on the video store called Is It Shit? Is It Cheat is what they call it. Nazario and Mike like to poke the bear. So go watch it. You'll figure out what we're talking about.
And then come to round 4 and we'll break down how the bear feels about it.
That's fair. But yeah, the other three, well, one of them, the Sandy one is pretty pretty like rough. That I had seen it before. I know. Yeah, you had mentioned and by their shit, yes. And by their shit. You had mentioned prior that you hadn't seen it. I had seen that clip before, and yeah, it's pretty rough. The Robert clips, like I'm obviously biased, but it's hard to argue. like what you said, beyond a reasonable doubt. Like,
and Aaron, who, by the way, I don't know
great
very
guy.
well. I
Great
think
guy.
I've interacted with Aaron maybe once. So Aaron, if you're
Phenomenal
watching
guy.
this, would love to interact with you more. And I think it was a bad interaction because I think I was on a trios team and someone told me, "Oh, when you play this team, you and Aaron are going to be like equal." And I was bad at general movie trivia. So we got on call and I was like, "Aaron, I hear we're the two who suck." And he was like, "That's wow, okay." And I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's not what I meant."
Yeah.
Only interaction, but he seems like a nice dude. But I agree with his assessment. Everyone always has like a cover story or like like they feel they need to explain how they knew it because it's obvious how they actually got to it.
Yeah, he had a good point about that. And to the credit, like Maggie even said, like, who is this Aaron person? Aaron's great. We had him on Logged It quite a few times back in the day. Always really enjoyed talking movies with him. And I think his match where he managed John Marr just aired. It was his debut in fandom as a manager. And it was very entertaining, very fun. So
can I put this on the screen? I'll just say, Matt, like, where'd it go? Matt, mad respect. I will say there's a lot of video evidence of people like very obviously cheating. And even just, I appreciate the honesty, but even just the idea of things were done to make matches more interesting, that's cheating. Like, unless you're like,
I would need some elaboration on that.
I would need some elaboration. All I can think of when you say that is like, it'd be more interesting if this person won, or at least it'd be more interesting if this person made it to round 3 and it wasn't a knockout. And like, cool, do it up. But like, all we can do is speculate, and that's what we're speculating on. But we're also going off of like video evidence and testaments of what people who played have said. Not even the people we know, like Matt Nost went on a podcast and said like, this is how this shit's done, and it's not cool. And I was like, no shit.
Aaron is great as testament to what a cool. Yeah, no, I agree with that sentiment, Nazario. There was a time where I had Aaron on Logged In, and he was like, "Tim, I hear you don't like me," and I was like, "I've never talked to you." And then we buried the invisible hatchet that the two of us had. But no, Aaron's a great guy. What I was gonna say was, oh shit, now I don't remember. I know we should, but this is gonna drive me bananas. What did you just say before that?
There was like video evidence Matt Nost was talking about.
Yeah. Crap. Yeah, no, I lost it. I don't remember what I was saying. But
well, let's wrap up on the last one, and then we'll get to the rundown of stuff. But yeah, and quite frankly, that just proved to me that our suspicions were correct, because we'll give you the full behind the scenes story, or at least from my perspective, on the Robert thing. Obviously, if you have been following Fandom from the beginning, you'd be very confused why on the website the first champion is Dominic Rizzi. Which yes is a thing in its own. Whatever. Respect to Rizzi. Like I think I think he was a great player and a great person to have in the league. I actually really miss Rizzi and would love a Rizzi return. But before that, a lot of people challenged for the belt and lost to Robert Parker. Robert told someone else in the community that he was cheating. That person came to us. That combined with for me, the video evidence wasn't enough. Honestly, and it's in Tim's match. If you go watch it where Robert played Tim, I don't know if I think we have it on our channel. Yeah. I think it's during the filmography round. You can kind of see something that might be misconstrued as like typing. Wasn't enough for me. Then we got multiple credible, like he told a couple people, like, yeah, I've been cheating, like, and we heard it from a bunch of people, and I was like, that's enough for me with the footage, whatever. Banned, stripped of all titles, stripped of all records, whatever. And these old clips, which I had never seen before, just solidify it even more to me. Not to shit on the guy. Tim obviously knows him way more than me, so I'll let Tim say whatever he wants to say. Met him a couple times, don't know him, so I won't speak to his character. I'll let Tim do that if he wants, or he could just move on.
Not going to do that. But what I remembered what I was going to say with what Matt when Matt was talking was not all the matches are out yet, but great crop of rookies.
Dude, so we'll get into that.
We're going to talk about it. Not all the matches are out yet. There's people who are debuting in Act 2.
None of the singles matches are out yet.
Yeah, but the teams matches are out, and there are some new people in teams. But phenomenal crop.
For teams, I'd say it's half a good crop.
What I mean, oh, because of the knockouts, Nick. I mean
every rookie team's match ended in a knockout, which is freaking.
What I mean to say is that even when the players aren't maybe that good, very nice people. Like we've had 100%. really like, not to say there's any people in here that are just like absolutely terrible people, but our for this crop in specific,
I wanted new people. I want this. I truly want this, and we'll talk about like the specific matches themselves. But I truly want this thing to grow. I think when we were over at Multiplex, part of the thing I was stuck with was it kind of feels like we're just stuck in this like 150, 200 person community, and we're not going anywhere past that. So part of what I wanted to do when we started this new thing was like, let's get it beyond that. Like, let's get new people in. And what I started by saying was like, tell your friends if they want to play. And I'll just say right now, but Jack, Igor, and Rue and myself have all asked their friends to play, and every single one of them has been delightful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like there are people who are obviously better at it, but everybody that's played, Javi's friends too. Did you say Javi? I don't remember.
I did. No, I didn't. Javi's friends too. Oh my god, yeah.
Spencer and
well, Spencer's Igor's friend.
Daniel
and Josh.
Daniel and Josh, thank you.
The Underminers.
Yes, there you go. But anyway,
we'll get to Fandom here. Yeah. So here's the rundown. Welcome to round 4, by the way.
Oh, welcome.
We usually wait about 20 minutes to announce what the show is. So
okay. Well, I'm gonna refill my drink. This is part of live. Like I gotta get up and refill the drink. So you
don't have like 6 sitting next to you.
I did that during a debate once. It ended badly. So you keep talking.
Makes sense. So I'll give you guys a quick rundown. Bam. Haha. Quick rundown. We're going to start with a quick announcement about round 4. Quick announcement about Virtual Survivor. We're going to delve into Fanzone, Act 1 of Fanzone, and what's coming up in Act 2. And then we're going to delve into Fandom, what happened in Act 1, what's coming up in Act 2, and some sneak peek information about what's happening in Act 3. So a lot of cool shit to be happening. Can Tim make a drink faster? He can. You cool?
Yeah, so round 4.
Yes.
Very fun show. We've had a lot of fun.
It's been great.
This is the final. No, I'm just kidding. This will be the final. No.
I will say Tim and I did a lot of work over at like we handled a lot of stuff by ourselves. Coming here, it was fully by ourselves. So like anything new we wanted to do, we knew it was like just us two doing it. We've kept up Fandom to where it was. We've kept up we've doubled Fanzone.
Fanzone's been
bi-weekly. Now it's
literally doubled.
And we have Virtual Survivor that we were premiering and shooting all on our own. So season 2 shooting right now.
1 episode left to shoot.
Shh, spoilers. With that being said, round 4 was another thing. Round 4 is great and we love it, and it's going to stay exactly the same, except it's going to be bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks instead of every week. Managing to get guests, editing, even the small amount of editing, just like the time it takes to download the clips, edit them, add the effects, add the transitions, export it, and then cut it up into clips to export for the rest of the week. Takes a little bit of time. So
yeah, I think too, like the biggest thing is that we like doing the show and we don't want to be burned out. And I think something else that we started that we said at the top was like, let's start it weekly and see what happens. And our plan was initially that it was going to be me and Nick pretty much every week. And then if we could get a guest, we would.
Yeah.
We did the first episode, and then we did the second episode. Thank you, Nazario. Had a lot of fun with Nazario. We're bringing on more guests, and we realized that, no, this is a show where we want guests on pretty much.
Yeah. Because like Tim and I can talk until the cows come home, but like eventually we just kind of start talking about the same stuff.
Correct. And so we've really enjoyed talking to you guys, those of you that have been on the show. Javi, Nazario, Kirk, just to name a few. Rue is going to be on an episode coming up pretty soon.
That was going to be an announcement.
Oh, sorry. But we've really enjoyed the show. But like Nick said, like with all the other things, it just made more sense to cut this one back down to bi-weekly. Yeah. And I think it'll just keep it fresh.
And honestly, what I'm hoping to do with that, maybe have shows that are a little bit longer, release clips if you don't have time to sit and watch the whole show, but we'll release clips throughout the 2 weeks now until the next show. And if you see a clip you like, you just click on the clip if you didn't have time to watch the whole show. And there's a lot of cool stuff we want to do. Like we talked about on a couple episodes, genuinely want to get a cooking segment. Like I want to film Tim cooking.
You think I'm joking, but I have been perfecting my omelet.
Great.
I've got it down to a pretty good.
If we have longer shows, we can fit stuff like that in, and we can't have longer shows if we're doing it weekly right now. So for right now, it's going bi-weekly. But yeah, same show, same logo, same little stop motion animation intro that I did. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that intro. So that's round 4. Thank you guys for watching. Those of you that have watched, like
round
I said.
4.
Round 4, yes.
Past, not this one, because it sounds like Tim's about to wrap up. We're not.
Oh yeah, no. I'm talking about the past ones. Yeah, the shows have been really fun. There's been some really, really fun moments from the show. And if you're interested in hanging out with us on round 4, we'd love to talk to you. Our motto on that show is we'll talk about literally anything. So you want to talk about something and it's not wildly inappropriate, we'll talk about it. So okay.
Next topic. If you didn't hashtag stay till the end.
Ooh, yeah.
And team's title match, you may have missed this.
I enjoy long walks on the beach and with dinners.
I will be honest.
Down the line, if I have to cut you, I will.
Without being fully honest.
I'm going into this basically as a lone soldier.
Even that took me like 45 minutes.
I did. So this is a fun behind the scenes thing, but I never complain about editing because I genuinely enjoy editing. Like I have fun doing it. But to that point, like that clip is great. It took you 45 minutes and it's very simple, but I get it. I just edited something that I messaged Nick about right away where I was like, this thing that I just did in this match. And I think it aired. I think it was part of the title match where we missed the 23-19.
Yeah.
And that was the title match, wasn't it? And then
I think so.
I did a rewind and then fast forward. Like that took me like an hour. So that either means one of two things. One, I'm really bad at editing. And that took me an hour is a bad thing, or I'm really good at it. And yeah, Daddy is doing it for the people, maybe,
possibly. So yeah, if you listen to that teaser, you can hear some familiar voices, maybe some not familiar voices. We're not going to announce the cast yet. Cast will be announced at the end of Act 2.
Yeah.
But you got the release date. It's going to be August 10th, 2025 will be the season premiere of Virtual Survivor Season 2. It will be right at the end of the summer, at the start of Act 4. Fans will be a hiatus until Virtual Survivor is over.
Yeah.
But August 10th. So mark your calendars. It's going to be fun. Fanzone.
Yeah, dude. Crazy shit.
Actually, back one, round 4. Our next guest in 2 weeks will be Rue, just like Tim spoiled it. But Rue will be our first guest post this live show. So
oh yeah, that's crazy that you knew that.
I have no idea what that even is.
That's Rue, dude. Yeah, yeah. That's how I did that. Which I didn't even know if I could do it. But anyway, so yeah, that's funny. That weirdly makes me very happy that you caught that. Yeah, so Fanzone debate. Really exciting first act to kick off the season. We started it with The Last Word, which was a new event. I've said behind the scenes that it was definitely an experiment. There were definitely some things that didn't go the way I wanted them to go from a technical standpoint. I think all the players and the stuff was great. Like, you guys crushed it. And Kirk and Mark judged that one with me. They were great. Yeah. But I think the event as a whole turned out great, and it only has me more excited for next season when we do it again, because I think it'll be even better now that we kind of have the rust off. So really exciting. So Rue did end up, yes, Nick.
Can we talk about something before? Oh wait, Rue did end up, finish that thought.
Rue did end up winning the Last Word event, which we're going to be talking about Amaru a lot tonight.
Yep.
He did phenomenal in that event. Won some points that shocking stuff. A lot of weird conversations we had. But that's how it goes in Fanzone debate. So congrats to Rue. He now has a title shot in his back pocket. And I haven't announced this publicly, but I'm gonna do it. You don't want me to?
I don't know what you're about to do.
I'm gonna do it. Rue is gonna cash in that title shot after Virtual Survivor Season 2. So
obviously he didn't win.
Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that. So he's gonna have his he's gonna, no matter what, is gonna use that at the end of Virtual Survivor Season 2. So after the hiatus, when we come back, it's gonna be a title match.
That'll be the first match.
It'll be the first match back. And so that's when you will see Amaru cashing that in. So but yes, as Nick alluded to, it did mean that Rue did not win against Kirk, but really phenomenal matches leading up to it, and that one itself. Rue beating Kastner was a big deal. Rue versus Bar is one of my favorite matches we've done so far this season. I think they put on a great show.
We have like a comeback Fanzone player, but like Bar impressed me this year.
Oh, Bar he played phenomenal. Even in the loss against Rue was phenomenal.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's kind of like taking a step back now.
Just for the rest of the season. Yeah.
For the season, but like Bar starting out, I was kind of like, oh shit.
Bar has always been good at debate. I think he's just one of those players like Nazario, where they're good, so they get wins against like the bottom half, but then they struggle against that top half, that the Kirks, the Bryans, the Rues.
I would say Joe's in the top half.
And okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Joe challenged
No. Joe's been in a contender match, but he's never challenged.
That was it.
Yeah. Joe had a good match. Like, his match against Bar was very good. And I thought he played well. That's the thing about it. It's all about who's judging and the arguments you can make. And Joe's been pretty unlucky when it comes to Fanzone debate. It's never really gone his way 100%, but I still think he's great for sure.
So yeah, Bar beat Joe, Rue beat Robert, Rue beat Bar, Kirk beat Rue. Can we talk about the standouts from Act 1 of Fanzone?
So none of the title picture. Yeah, I would agree.
Which just goes to show
yeah.
how great these other two instances were.
Yeah. Good stuff. We had a debut.
Yeah.
Javi Madden against Kaiser Wang. Really good. That was great. They both played phenomenal in their debut. Javi ended up winning that. The one that really kind of was wild was Will Cohen versus Chadwick Webb. I think, Nick, you judged that one with us, right?
I did.
That was you, me,
and Will's not bad. He didn't do great in this one, but he's not bad overall. And dude, I love when people join Perfect Round clubs and Perfect Game clubs. If you go to the website right now under Fanzone Records, Chadwick Webb's face is on the Perfect Game Club.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome.
Right. It was that it's a phenomenal match. They talked about some crazy ass shit in that episode. But yeah, Chadwick, I get Chadwick's one of those people where he debuted against Bill maybe 2 years ago, 3 tops. But really impressive. But that was the run that Bill went on and challenged Kirk for the belt. So Bill was on a tear, and Chadwick was has been really impressive in his matches. But this was the first time that we were like, oh shit, like Chadwick is like coming out for blood.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, phenomenal stuff in Fanzone Act 1. Act 2 looking pretty spicy, Nick.
Yes.
We got some returning giants. And I don't mean because of their height.
Some of them are kind of tall.
That's fair. Starting out the act next week, Sunday, got a very exciting match. Adelaide Spence returning to take on Brooklyn Vale. Haven't seen Brooklyn in a while. Haven't seen Spence in a while either.
Spence just made it to the finals of the last tour.
Yes. Other than the event, that's true. So looking forward to it. That should be a fun one. Other non-title picture matches. Bill Carriola going to go up against Tyler Birch. I think that should be interesting. Very differing styles of debate. And then we also got Richard Schwartz going up against Alex Martinez again, because we loved it so much the first time, we just needed to see it a second time. But the title picture, Kirk is defended. He's sitting there at the end. We got some people that could go up against him. You got names like Brian Michaels, former champion. Jacoby Bancroft, former champion. Nazario Montenegro, former challenger.
He was almost, yep.
And redacted. No, Cameron Holtzman is playing in this. We shot it a long time ago.
We shot this whole act. This whole act is done.
Oh, I have Act 3 set up right now.
So this whole act is done. So similar to Fandom, Cameron goes as far as he goes, and
you can't really cheat in debate. We're gonna let it play out. I'm not gonna add any disclaimers to the front of the videos or anything like that. But those are the 4 people. So Cameron is playing Nazario. Jacoby is playing Brian. Winners of those will play each other. Winner will play Kirk for the title. Yeah, exciting stuff. Fanzone. Actually, we haven't shot the whole act yet. We still haven't shot the title.
No, we shot the whole act, Tim.
Oh,
the whole act has been shot.
I know who's the champion.
There's a reason. Yep, the whole act has been shot.
Why is there a reason? Tell me.
I can't. God.
Where
are my cues? I'm cueing you.
Okay. I'm cued. Let's go.
Great.
We're
so good. I'm not telling you. There's a reason. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's fair.
You frustrate me sometimes.
I know.
But I love you.
That's why we work so well together, Nick.
Yes. I don't want to kill you because we're running online movie trivia, and that's absurd. But anyway.
Oh, I know people who want to kill me for way less. Fandom?
Fandom. Let's
The
go.
premiere show.
Yeah,
at
it's our
TBNT.
staple.
Yeah, great shit. We've alluded to it. We had some great rookie teams show up. We had some
I
returning.
listen, man. I don't know if the rookie teams are just the ones that won are just really, really good, or the ones that they beat just weren't super prepared.
I think it's a
probably
mix.
combination of both for sure. Full transparency, Popcorn Prodigies and Vettel Amir Tom they're all my friends. I got to play. Who I've told about this thing, and they've kind of been like, "Oh, I know some stuff, not everything, but sure." And I forgot to tell them like how the game works. To be fair, I would have thought they would have like watched an episode or two, but I don't think they did. Now they have, so they're ready for their second match. But their first one, you could see how it went.
Fun fact: the first match I edited this season was Real Breakdown versus Popcorn Prodigies. It's the first match we shot. It is the first one that I edited for the season. So all of the graphics and all of the stuff that you've been seeing that we've updated for the new channel and everything, that match was the testing ground. So now every time I open Filmora Share or whatever, Wonder Share, and I start throwing in my templates and stuff, it says Real Breakdown and Popcorn Prodigies, and the question format is whatever the first question of that match was. So every time I log in, that's what I see is Real Breakdown and Popcorn Prodigies, which, by the way, great names.
I agree, 100%.
Popcorn Prodigies especially. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah, and Giancarlo is from the Dominican Republic, and he speaks Spanish, as you might know if you watched Virtual Survivor Season 1. And him and Liam really don't like this guy named Tom.
Yeah.
Not related to anything.
No.
That's just completely separate. So I said, you guys need to name your team. And they were like, let's name it Eat Shit, Tom. And I was like, and Giancarlo was like, what if we said it in Spanish? I was like, okay, sure, better.
What are your thoughts on the Born Who Lived?
I don't.
Born related puns.
I don't love it, but respect to the player because I love both the players. And this was our fully like returning rookie match. Like all the players were returning players. And no ticket to NetherRealm seems scary,
disgusting.
Not just like for a rookie team, like they killed it. Because they did it against experienced players.
Yeah,
which is scary.
Brandon and Nick are good. Like
they are. Born Who Lived is better than the other Born theme team name, even though I like those people.
You're saying the name or them as a team in general?
The name.
The name. I would agree.
But also like the Boys Who Lived, like that could have been fun. Like sometimes people just overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dean. I knew you were watching. It's all right. I was on a team with Kaiser and Igor, and I've lost all credibility in commenting on other people's team names. So
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so debuts, exciting shit, but many other things happened. What do you want to talk about, Nick?
Dude,
controversy, not controversy.
We'll get to controversy. Let's start with some of the lower matches. They're either matches that are building towards a future title picture or like matches designed to get lower ranked players to improve their record or make it worse. Mm-hmm. So, for example, Anthony Tisdall versus Brian Nussbaum. Good match. I thought Anthony looked scared. Like, I don't recognize Anthony Tisdall anymore. It's weird.
He's good.
Honestly, because of that performance, he's now in the 5-way play-in for the summer tournament that we do. Like, you'll see. Which, by the way, Fanzone rankings, schedule, records, all updated on the website, tbntinc.com. Go check it out now. Same with Fandom. You can follow with what we're about to talk about.
Oh, my God.
Dean versus Joseph, the first match. It was billed as sort of like rookie of the year versus the comeback player of the year. Both had killer seasons last season. It seemed like they should have been even, and holy crap, they were. Dean won with 76% accuracy to Joseph's 74 by 3 points. Crazy match.
Crazy.
And so, why am I here? Yeah, 100%. He will say that. And I'll be like, because you're scoring 90% in the matches you play. Bill, other people are doing the same. Bill played Payson. That'll play into a picture in the future. So will Dean versus Joseph. Igor played Eric Moreno. Great match there. 10% difference, 5 points. That will also play into Act 2. And where's the last one I'm going to find you? Antonio. Antonio played Eli McKegg. Eli had a rough game, but Antonio was looking really, really strong.
As we saw in his team's match, too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Antonio's looking scary this year. Keep an eye out for Antonio.
Okay. We've beat around the bush long enough. I want to talk about this controversy.
Teams or singles? I guess it's more controversial in singles.
David beat both of us in teams.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I got you.
This is huge.
Alex
Joe can't do it, but David did.
Alex
This
also
is
did.
Huge.
Alex helped. Alex was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Alex played better in at least one of the matches that
Yeah, no, that's right. Those matches were super fun.
They were a great time. It's very weird playing again and putting myself in title pictures and Tim in title pictures. So I'm trying to do it as fair as possible. So we played Escape from Melee. Tim played David and Alex. And yeah, David and Alex are looking great. Fun fact for you. You and Tyler scored higher than they did. You had 81%, they had 74%. You outplayed them, but it's such a great match. They come back all the way at the end to stop the rematch from happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sucks to be on the side that you're on, but it's a great match.
From while it was happening, because we shot that at like 9 a.m. for us, while it was happening, I wanted to die. I was very upset. But afterwards, I was like, no, this is great. This is so much fun. And Cabin 66, like you said, I love those guys. Alex and David are great. I love seeing them as a team. Like I obviously love Rookie Mistake, but I don't know. There's something about Posse Galore and Cabin 66. Like the separation of Joe and David has set them free. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah, set them free from something they were just in for a long time. So it's
no, that's what I mean. Yeah, not from each other. Like,
so that little mini bracket thing there ended with Cabin 66 winning. They went on to play Posse Galore again. Posse Galore won. Their contender was supposed to be the winner of Wrong Side of the River and Young Justice because those two teams won their match at the end of last year. Wrong Side of the River beat Manhattan Project. Young Justice beat Some Assembly Required. Young Justice beat Wrong Side of the River. That match was annulled. For those of you wondering how cheating affects teams, you might have listened to our thing about Robert earlier and been like, okay, but like, why is Arkham Knights still listed as the team's champion?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Because, hello, my love. Because, we can't, unless you can prove it within a match, it's not fair to penalize the team partner that didn't necessarily know what was going on. So to say that Tim is no longer a team's champion with that team is not fair to me. To say that Javi is no longer successful in all the things he did with Young Justice is not fair to me.
Well, and to all
other examples of people who have been removed, other examples of people who are on championship teams who have been removed from singles, and those championship teams are still there because the other player in that team is not necessarily guilty for the sins of the person who committed them. If that makes sense, which is the simplest way we can describe it. If you can prove that they cheated in a match you were in. So for example, like Wrong Side of the River's loss has been taken away because we watched that match and we saw it all.
It's crazy.
Saw the stuff happen. So
I believe your exact words were, "Wowee!" The amount of cheating in that match.
that was in the contender match.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was.
There's a lot in that, but there is some in the one before that as well. So taken away from Wrong Side of the River. At the time, we didn't know what was going on, so Young Justice went to play in a contender match. Posse Galore won, even though wowee, all the stuff that was happening there makes it all the more impressive for Posse Galore. But they won, challenged Duel of the Fates for the second time. Hello?
Duel of the Fates won the match.
They did.
Great match.
Agreed.
It was one of those matches where yeah, there were some misses in there that I think Joe and Igor won't let happen again.
Yeah.
Like, they made some mistakes that I think they recognize, they've got it figured out, and we're gonna see them again.
And Joe said it in the promo, dude. Like, Duel of the Fates, you're playing relaxed champions who have nothing to lose. They have proved absolutely everything with probably the top three. Them two individually are probably two of the top three people with just the most base knowledge right now.
Yeah.
And they're chilling. There's no pressure. They're pulling, like, it's going to be very difficult to beat them.
I remember Brittany missed the first question, and then on question 2, she hits and she goes, "Phew, I was worried after that first question." I'm like, shut up. I love Brittany. She's the best. Yeah. But I was like, I love it when, like, the same thing happened with the double match against Joe last year, where like where match 2 starts, she misses the first one and she's like, fuck, it's over. And she ends up like knocking him out. Like, it's crazy. Anyway,
so that was teams. Singles, more controversy.
No.
Fun fact, this singles picture was supposed to be Tyler versus Javi.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
That contender match that we pushed off from Act 4 of last year when we needed to fill the belt. Supposed to be Tyler versus Javi against either Robert or like whoever else won the WOT tournament. Or even if Tyler just lost to Robert, then it would have been Tyler versus Javi again. Tyler won, so I was like, Tyler, we're taking away your contender match that you earned. We feel as though you've far exceeded what we owe you. So we had to come up with something new. So we took the 4 people from WOT who were still actively playing. So that excludes Scully. Scully retired. And that excluded Javi because Javi already had the contender match. So we had to find out who would be playing Javi. That left the 4 people, and then minus Tyler, because Tyler won WOT. That left the 4 people, Rue, Jacoby, Ryan, and Holtzman. Jacoby beat Ryan. Great match. Nothing shady about that. Very, very good match. Jacoby's on fire. Jacoby was the last one. Oh, we didn't even talk about last one standing. Holy crap.
No. Yeah.
No, we did. Didn't we do a Q&A after, and we kind of talked about it?
Did we?
Last one standing happened. Joe won again. Absolutely killed it. Neck and neck with Rue till the very end. Jacoby surprised everyone, became the MVP. Is carrying that on this year in the way he played with Wrong Side of the River and the way he played against Ryan and Holtzman. Holtzman beat Rue. We were very shocked at the time. I'm going to stop harping on it, but like, you all know what happened. We had to annul that match. When I say annul, that means the stats and everything still counted for the player that lost, but the loss is removed. So it's annulled. Jacoby played Holtzman. That match is annulled as well. Holtzman played Javi. That match is annulled as well. Everything happened. We found out. We said, think on our feet. We need it. We need a challenger. We don't want to end Act 1 without a challenger. So we got the 3 people that had just lost. We got Javi, we got Rue, we got Jacoby. Took all the losses off their record, threw them in a number 1 contender match, gave them 3 days to shoot it. Props to them. Props to Rue for knocking out 2 people at once with 3 days preparation. Genuinely thought this would be the time that Rue took the belt.
Yeah.
Didn't expect Tyler to be that ferocious. and yes, Rue, I know you're hard on you're hard on yourself, and you're going to take away like, oh, I lost every title match I had. You're the only one who had title challenges, other than teams, obviously. But like, you outplayed every single person in the league you're playing in this Act 1, except for the one person that beat you. Like, to me, that's pretty good. To me, you're the MVP of Act 1. And I'm sure you'll be back there in both. You'll definitely be back there in Fanzone. You've already earned the shot. Yeah, you're the only person to knock out 2 people twice in 2 different ways. It's crazy. And I'm sure you'll be back there for Fandom as well. With that being said, Rue won. Rue challenged Tyler. Tyler proved he's not going down easy. Tyler proved he is just as much of an unstoppable force as the champions before him.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very difficult to beat Tyler this year.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great act. Phenomenal stuff. But I think as exciting as Act 1 was for Fandom, the future looks bright at Monsters and TBNT Inc. And very excited for Act 2 and Act 3, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit of Act 3, but let's start with Act 2. Act 2 schedule on the website right now. You can go click on it. You can go look at it. You'll notice the name of Act 2 is not there because we are about to reveal it right now. Act 2, Rue fulfilled an old promise of getting back to the titles. Posse Galore fulfilled their old promise of making it back to the title. Now it's time we enter A Strange World.
Oh my God, phenomenal film.
That's where we would have queued a clip if we made one, but we didn't want to. Act 2, Strange World. That's what it's called. Fandom Frenzy is happening early this year. It's happening in Act 2. That will be your team's picture for Act 2, is the Fandom Team's Frenzy. And in honor of the moment of the year from last year, the whole act is called Strange World. It's strange. We have 4 debut singles matches, all new faces for the most part. Actually, no, all new faces, like people who have not played in this league before, in teams or in any.
What?
And I dropped everything out of the fridge.
Oh, we did not hear it.
Well, it was very loud over here.
Oh, you just stopped talking. I'm like, what's going on?
All new people. It's fun. Not to tie it any more to Strange World, other than Frenzy's happening.
Yes,
and last year's Frenzy,
Strange
World moment is great. It's gonna be fun. So, Fandom Team's Frenzy, that's the team's title. Or yeah, that's the team's picture. There'll be some other teams matches, some that will play. Actually, they'll all play into the Act 3 team's title picture. Some of the, or not all, some are less high caliber. We're going to start off with Malachi Cargo versus Blockbuster Video.
Great stuff.
Just to get our heart rates pumping.
Make sure we're still breathing.
Them Damn Enchiladas is going to play Hit It and Quidditch. Fun fact, we've already shot the majority of this act. They're all great. Every single singles debut match is awesome.
Yeah, I would agree.
They're not all great, like they're not all fantastic shows of like trivia knowledge, but they're all just great like head-to-head matches.
Yeah, no, I concur.
Yeah, genuinely check them out. Matt, who's been commenting, part of Real Breakdown. Matt and Nick, both halves of Real Breakdown, are playing. Daniel and Josh, both halves of Underminers, are playing each other. Because fun fact, when they signed up, they were like, "Any chance we could play each other?" And I was like, "Sure."
Yeah, why not?
Giancarlo, half of Vete La Mierda, Tom is in, and then some new names: Spencer Redford, Sky Hodge, Mark Pover are joining the ring as well. It's going to be fun. There's some surprises in there for sure. Huge surprises in there. Outside of that, you have some singles matches that don't necessarily play into the picture for Act 2, maybe for Act 3. Kaiser will play Will. The winner of that will fill the last spot in the 5-way, which, as you can see, comes from matches that happened in Act 1. So Jack Pinchuk, Zadius Smith, Alex Martinez, and Anthony Tisdall have already earned their spots. Kaiser versus will be the last one. Pinheads versus Some Assembly Required. That'll play into Act 3. Flirkin' Shit Up versus, so the rookie teams who won will be back. Flirkin' Shit Up, who's back, by the way. Flirkin' Shit Up took last year off. This is their return. Jay and Ryan are going up against No Ticket to Netherrealm. Real Breakdown is going to play We're Mary Poppins, y'all. The Underminers are going to play Escape from Melee. That's all going to play into Act 3 pictures because, again, Act 2 is the Phantom Team's Frenzy. And other teams matches. Welcome to Phantom Bitch for Silver and Gold is going to happen.
It's cursed.
It's cursed. We haven't shot it yet. It was supposed to be one of the first matches we released. Schedules have not worked out. When you have Australians and it's not even that
hasn't even been in. It's been
honestly no. It's just been scheduling issues and people are busy and stuff like that. So we're trying to make it happen. We have to squeeze it at the end, and we'll see if we can get it shot. Hopefully we will, because I'm actually excited for that. But Rule of Two returns against the Born Identity, who returns. And that's all the teams matches that are happening. And then obviously you'll have the team's contender from whoever wins the Frenzy. Anything about teams?
Nick.
Tim.
You keep teasing Act 3.
No.
What's so exciting?
We're going to get singles first. Considering nothing I just said sets up the next thing at all.
I don't want. Okay, fine, I guess.
Okay, great. Singles title picture. Super simple in Act 2, and I'm very excited for it because it's 4 people who've never challenged for the belt.
It's great.
4 people who won in Act 1. You're going to have Antonio Chavez going up against Igor Kosick, and you're going to have a rematch of Dean Manis versus Payson Johnson. Payson Johnson surprised the hell out of us in Act 1 because originally it was not him in this picture, but then he beat Bill, and then we looked at the rankings and said, holy shit, Payson is ranked very high, and he's on like a 3-game winning streak at that point, I think. So we were like, maybe Payson should be in this, so we swapped him out for the lowest ranked person that was in it. Payson plays Dean in an awesome rematch because that was their debut. They're both in very different places now. I'm excited to see how that goes. And Igor and Antonio are to me like just nipping at that like top tier contender level player. Yeah. So if one of them can get there, that's super cool as well. Winners will play. That's your contender match. Winner plays Tyler.
Nick.
There's other singles matches happening. Matthew Chen off of his retirement match will play JD Domash.
Love that guy, Matthew Chen. Great dude.
Jay Burns returns against Nazario Montenegro.
Nice. Oh. Yeah, I forgot.
He's going to play. We'll see how it goes. She's excited. She's ready. She's going to play Selton. 2-0-2s. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Dylan Van Thine's going to play Spence. Spence took last year off from singles, so this is Spence's return.
The return.
The 4 rookies who win will all play each other. So 2 rookies will be 2-0 at the end of this act. That's it. You're not a rookie. You played last year. Remember when you didn't win twice? Okay, you're gonna win.
Nick.
Yeah.
You keep teasing Act 3.
This has been a great show. You all have a good night, and we'll see you. Okay, fine. Act 3. We're going to tell you 2 things. We're going to tell you the name, and we're going to tell you the reason for the name.
Correct.
Stop gasping. Not going to go into the team's picture yet, specifically how it works out, especially since it could change depending on how the frenzy goes.
Yes. Yeah.
But Act 3 will be called Alpha and Omega. Again, this is where we would play the clip from Beneath the Planet of the Apes, or no, War for the Planet of the Apes, where they go, "We are the," or "We are the beginning and the end," blah blah blah.
I was thinking Bruce Almighty, but that's fair.
Fair. And part of the reason we're announcing this is because we're about to start shooting it. So the players playing in it would probably want to know what's going on. But here's what's going to happen. The reason it's called Alpha and Omega is because, obviously, as you know, it's tournament time. Summer Series tournament. Summer is when we always have the singles tournament. That is not changing, but what we're doing is changing. Instead of a 16-person, a 32-person, heck, one time we did a 27-person one.
Yeah, we did.
Good times. We are going to have an 8-person tournament. If you gasp one more time. 8-person tournament of the best of the best. That's why it's called the Alpha tournament. There's nowhere to hide. In larger tournaments, a lot of the times the higher seeds can kind of just coast through the rounds. Sometimes you get upsets, which is very exciting. Gasp. But in this, you are starting off at the quarterfinals. That is where you are starting. And it is going to be
a murderer's row.
Murderer's row. Some names I can give you that will be in that tournament.
No,
Heck, I'll give you 2 just to whet your appetite. Goodbye, Anna. I'll give you 3 just to whet your appetite. Won't tell you the seedings. Won't tell you the rankings. Anything like that. Robert Kastner and David Garcia, 2 people we have not seen this year, and we won't see in singles in Act 2. They will be in the Alpha tournament. Oh, I hate you. And Amaru Moses is going to be in the Alpha tournament as well. Other players, TBD. You'll see. It's going to be fun. But why Omega?
Yeah,
Alpha and Omega.
Why?
Running congruently with the Alpha tournament will be the Omega tournament. The Omega tournament, as you may guess, the Alpha, oh, this is going to sound mean. I hope it doesn't sound mean, is the best of the best. The Omega is the people who can maybe do a little bit better.
Yes.
We took the lowest ranked. There's a bit of criteria, but essentially what we are looking at is a retirement tournament. You move on in the tournament if you do not win. Ergo, you do not want to move on in the tournament. You want to exit the Omega tournament as soon as possible.
Correct.
Criteria for being in this. You have to have been playing for at least more than a year, which means rookies from last year do not qualify. You have to have your wins have to be equal to or less than half of your losses. So you have 2 and 4, 3 and 6, 2 and 8, whatever. That qualifies. And you have to, I believe, be on a losing streak. Was that the third thing? It was. You have to have lost your last match. So you can't be on a winning streak. That left us. Oh, and you have to have played at least 4 matches. Excuse me. Which, again, cut out the rookies from last year, but some other people who maybe haven't played as much. So we're going to give you the seedings for the Omega tournament right now. We're going to start at number 8. Remember, you want to be lower ranked, a higher number, because the higher ranked you are, the more likely it is you will be at the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
Number 8 is going to be Brandon Dunlap. Love Brandon, think he's great. This is just where his record has fallen to. But I genuinely see this guy as someone who can be in this tournament and eventually one day turn that record completely around and go on to better things. I think Brandon's fantastic, but he does find himself at number 8. Number 7 is going to be Brandon Cohen. Fun guy, love having him around. Knowledgeable in certain areas, not overly knowledgeable in other areas. Perhaps he will round that out. Stakes are very high in this. If you lose all the way through this tournament, you're done. That's retirement. The finals of this tournament is a retirement match. Number 6, Bridget Caldwell. Bridget has survived a retirement match already, beat Michael Campbell, but has kind of gone like 1 win, 2 losses. 1 win, 2 losses. That's kind of been her pattern. So that's why she finds herself here. Number 5, guy who's been around a long, long time, is Jim Green. Jim Green has challenged for the team's belts long, long ago. But his singles record has just fallen to below. I honestly think he's if this was like a normal tournament and we had these seeds, I would honestly think Jim is maybe most likely to win the tournament as like if it were a normal tournament. But Jim finds himself here. He's going to go up against number 4, Maria Hammond. Love Maria. Great personality. Knows some shit that other people don't know. Like, her strengths are very much weaknesses of most other people, which gives her an edge. It's just the luck that she hasn't been able to land on those strengths necessarily, which has found her in this place. So she's going to play Jim. At the number 3 seed playing Bridget will be Alec Miller. Alec, another guy who's been around a long time, another guy who has survived a retirement match already. Similar to Bridget, he's kind of on that like 1 win, 2 losses, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 3 losses. That's kind of been his pattern.
Yeah.
So he'll play Bridget. Number 2, we have Chadwick Webb. We just talked about Chadwick in Fanzone. I think he's doing great there. I think he fully has the capability to make that comeback in Fandom as well. But at 1 and 3, Chadwick's going to be the number 2 seed. And number 1, perhaps been around the longest. Remember, number 1 seed, most likely to lose at the end. Don't know if it's actually possible, though, because this man has knockouts on his record. This man has scored double digits.
Yes, scored double digits.
In 5 ways. In fatal 5 ways.
Double digit.
And this man is Mike Hanley. Mike Hanley is the number 1 seed. At the very least, Mike, if you lose this tournament, you can say you were the number 1 seed in a tournament. But Mike Hanley comes in at number 1. This is based on ranking and based on the criteria we said. But that's the Omega tournament. It will be running at the same time as the Alpha tournament. So round 1s will all happen the same week. Round 2s, the finals, will all happen at the same time. And yeah, the loser of the Omega tournament will be retired. The winner of the Alpha tournament will have a title shot.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yes, you middle of the pack people, they're very grateful right
now. Awesome.
So, yeah,
all right.
Act 2, Strange World. Act 3, Alpha and Omega. That's the reasons why Phantom Teams Frenzy happening early this year.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because there's some exciting shit happening later in the year. I don't know. Maybe.
Always exciting.
Possible.
We've been going for a while. If any of you have any questions, throw them in right now. We'll get to them if we can. But this was great. Round 4 live. Love it. Beautiful. Nick, good shit.
Yeah.
You're very good at breaking the things down.
I try, Tim. I spend an absurd amount of time on this stuff, so I know it like the back of my hand.
No.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for watching so far. Like, while we're waiting for questions, or if there's not any questions or whatever, I just want to throw it out there that 70 subscribers on the channel. Thank you. We got 94 in the Facebook group. Thank you. Those of you who have been here playing with us, we appreciate it. We love you.
Yeah, man. And I know that seems, some people may think that seems low, but like we're getting those kind of views like on the video, which
very happy with it.
The percentage of people who are subscribed to us are also watching our stuff is very high. So that's awesome. Act 3 will not be solely singles focused. I'm just not going to go into the teams thing right now because it could change depending on how Act 2 goes. We're not fully done with Act 2. But yeah, no, there's team stuff happening in Act 3.
But yeah, like Nick said earlier, share with your friends. If you have friends that want to come and hang out, play, debate, do trivia.
That's what I just replied to.
Yes. Or talk on round 4 or whatever. Like, come hang out.
Dude. So I'd love if you want to be on round 4. Let us know. We're not going to say yes to everyone. But like, if you got a pitch for us and you're like, hey, like this could be fun to talk about, like, let us know. We'll have you on.
Also, we're you just reminded me of this for some reason, but weirdly in the last like week, I have had multiple people message me and say, hey, and actually this happened to you as well for Fandom, but I've had people message me and say, I have this idea for a Fanzone debate question. Do you want it? Yeah. If you have ideas for debate questions or fandom stuff or whatever, we're always available to hear. Doesn't mean we're going to use them, but we love to. But we love to.
And if we don't use it, don't like take it personal, because but we love the suggestions. So like, don't feel free to not stop giving us suggestions. But yeah, it's exciting stuff, dude. We're putting a lot of work into this. So don't ask this very often, but if you could like our shit, subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, get your mom to subscribe. Say, hey mom, like I did it with my aunt the other day. She was like, you have a YouTube channel? I was like, yeah. And I opened up her YouTube and I subscribed to us. Boom, that easy.
And now she's
on your public profile. Follow our other social medias. We are putting effort into our other social medias. X, our X account is it's all at TBNT Inc. X and Instagram. There's actually a lot of effort going into that right now. So follow that.
Javi's doing a great job running that for us. Thank you, Javi. And
okay, cool. Didn't know if we were, but yes,
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, like, Javi's doing a great job running that. He comes up with a lot of fun stuff to post for the matches. And those of you who are on those, like I know I see Tyler on there a lot, Rue on there a lot, liking the stuff. Thank you guys for sharing it and posting it. But yeah,
share it, comment, like do all the stuff that like all the people on YouTube tell you to do at the end of their videos. Because like genuinely, I think this will be a lot of fun if we can grow this to higher levels. And then like the people who are here now, like that's our core. And that's something like we'd always remember if we got to higher numbers. So help us reach that. And I think we'll have a groovy time, Tim.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to do it for us today.
Set up my webcam. I didn't even. Hang on.
Uh-oh. What are you doing?
I cannot believe it.
Where are you going? Oh, there's Nick. What, just better picture or something?
Yeah, the angle. Actually, it looks a little.
I was going to say, it looks a little blurry. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's going to do it for us on today's episode of Round 4. Thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you for... Get ready for Act 2. Act 2 is going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys later. Bye.